It's obvious there will be no victory for the poor Ukrainians, Viktor Orban of Hungary claims. A war designed by the elite, there will be no winners, he says. This is by Tyler Durden Zero Hedge on Collective Spark. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has once again spoken the quiet part out loud as he continues to be a thorn in the side of NATO and the European Union regarding continually escalating arms deliveries to Ukraine, with F-16 fighter jets poised to be delivered to Kiev in the near future. The first day of the annual Qatar Economic Forum, QEF, included a speech and on-stage interview by Orban wherein he bluntly stated that Ukraine cannot win the war against Russia, short of NATO directly sending troops, which it is not willing to do and which Hungary stands against. He also reminded the West that the Hungarian government is not part of the mainstream European Union approach to the war, but has pursued attempts at peaceful negotiations. The only solution is ceasefire, he says, and then after the ceasefire, peace talks should start, he says. He explained this is the only path forward given Kiev cannot win. And as Bloomberg reports, Hungary was in talks with Qatar to buy gas in an effort to reduce its reliance on Russia for energy and for help to buy Budapest airport, according to Orban's words. Ukraine wants the US to provide cluster bombs to use with drones, he said. Now, he had been pressed over the question of Hungary blocking more defense aid to Ukraine, and in that context asserted that ultimately Russia and the US must make a deal to end the war, which is the only way out, he says. He said, looking at the reality, the figures, the surroundings, the fact that NATO is not ready to send troops, it's obvious that there is no victory for the poor Ukrainians on the battlefield. That's my opinion, he said, and he offered an outlook few European leaders would publicly agree with, given their solidarity with Kiev. He said the war can be stopped only if the Russians can make an agreement with the US. In Europe, we are not happy with that, but it's the only way out, he said. His assessment, which is likely going to be deeply unpopular and somewhat divisive in terms of public reception, comes just on the heels of the weekend Russian capture of Bakhmut, which was announced, and the Russian flag over the strategic city. Despite initial Ukrainian officials rejecting that fallen, at this point there's widespread acknowledgement both in international press reports and among Western officials that Russia exercises effective control of the city. And this is on Collective Spark by Zero Hedge Tyler Durden. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.